field tightens up 2 by 2 behind Chops Barnhart, and the green flag comes out. John Krasinski gets the early lead. Bill Bray, like a bullet, comes up through that field. Now, tangle up in between turns 2, 3, and 4. Rich Neeser slides up into that number 3 spot in that 87. He is going to work on Bray. He's got a fast car underneath him tonight. Rich Neeser, always a threat in the 87. Rob Taylor having a great ride. He's in the 3rd spot tonight in that 44. Bill Bray's in the 94, and Chops Barnhart now getting some pressure from Tom Sprague Jr. for that 5th spot, giving to Sprague that time by. Caution flag comes out as Bill Bray gets into the back of the 5 of Krasinski. Rich Neeser's out front, followed up by the 44 of Rob Taylor. Then it's Bill Bray, Tom Sprague Jr. We'll see if Krasinski gets his spot back in that number 5. 7, he brings the field back up to speed, and the green is out. Tom Sprague Jr. on a tear in that number 21. He's worked his way up to the number 3 spot. Krasinski has to settle for 4th. Out front, Rob Taylor starts to put some pressure on the 87 of Rich Neeser. That's your battle for the lead. Taylor, Sprague, 1, 2, and 3, followed up by Krasinski in that number 5. Then it's the 91W of Bill Workman rounding out your top 5. We've got 17 to go. Of Rich Neeser shows the way. It's followed up by Rob Taylor in the 44. Then it's Tom Sprague Jr. Krasinski, the 91W of Workman. Then it's the 21 of Thebo. Battle now going on between Wilburn in the 99, Chops Barnhart in the 62. 94, Bill Bray wants a piece of the action up there as well. He takes the high side, gets that spot away from Chops Barnhart. Flames underneath the 21 of Thebo. Rob Taylor, caution car in that 44. A tough break for a guy having a great run in that 44. He's into the wall in turn number 1. Rich Neeser pacing the field down through 3 and 4. Everybody hard on the gas as the green flag comes back out. Tom Sprague Jr. takes a look to the inside of that 87 of Neeser. Neeser says nothing doing down the backstretch. He's out front by a nose. Caution waves once again. It is the 62 of Chops Barnhart turned around in the wrong direction over inside of turn number 2. Field comes back up to speed. The green flag is back out. Rich Neeser to the point. The battle resumes. Tom Sprague Jr. trying the low line around the racetrack in that 21. He tucks in the line behind Neeser. Then it's Krasinski, Bray, and Workman, your top 5. Tried to make a run of it on that restart. Rich Neeser so fast out front by himself. He's got 8 laps to go. Trying to make something out of it with Bill Bray in the 94. Doesn't look like he's going to have time as the laps continue to wind down, and Bill Bray is fast coming out of the corners. It'll be 2 to go for Rich Neeser, this time by in that number 87. Very distant second spot, the 21 of Tom Sprague Jr. He's followed up by Krasinski, Bray. Rich Neeser now having a problem in that 87. He's going to have to be off the pace. Looks like the caution's going to wave for Rich Neeser, putting Tom Sprague Jr. to the point. The 62 of Chubbs Barnhart laying at the tail end of this one. Green and white, 1 lap. Tom Sprague Jr. took off like a shot. He is down the backstretch, making it look like a piece of cake. Now Krasinski wants to take a look to the inside. Tom Sprague Jr. goes wide, hangs on. Checkered flag drops, and Sprague followed up by Krasinski. And a third spot going to the 91W of Workman.
Tom, second one of the year for you in this car. You know, Rich was out there, but you never say never in the sport of racing. You were in the right spot, right behind him in second, and you get the win here tonight.
Yeah, it was kind of gimme. I didn't have anything for Rich. I was running as hard as I could, but it just wasn't going to happen, and unfortunately he had some problems. But when we got that caution, when I don't know who it was, but we got that caution late here, I don't have any brakes left in the car. I was really starting to panic because when you're going that fast into a corner and you don't have brakes, you kind of hold on and hope the car steers.
And try not to do what you've been avoiding, taking that wall down.
Yeah, we've tried a few times, let me tell you.
Well, who are your sponsors you want to thank before we let you go?
I'd like to thank my crew because we had some issues earlier. We overcame it. Mullins Race Engines, Landrum Springs, Port City Race Cars, A&A Manufacturing, Van Dorn, Race Development, my dad. I think that's about it.
All right, one more time for Tom Sprague Jr., everybody.
Jetson tires, England Automotive specializes in drivetrain, air conditioning, and engine repair and replacement. England Automotive, let the professionals do the job.
Grabe Water Well Drilling specializes in household and irrigation. Whether you're building a new home or you need a new well, Grabe's Water and Well Drilling digs a 4-inch hole so you can have your pump in the well instead of in your basement.
Rick's Repairs offers professional auto repair at a fair price. A Napa Auto Care Center, Rick is an ASE certified master auto technician. Heating and cooling systems, steering and suspension, shocks and struts, brakes, anti-lock and 4x4 repairs, drivability, tune-ups, electrical, engine repair, alternators, starters, clutches, clunks, rattles, and more. Rick's Repairs, 231-788-1830.
Flag set to come out on our Bombers, and we go green once again. Josh Sternberg pulls out to an early lead. His cousin Robbie right in his tire tracks. DeYoung on the inside in the number 70. Dan Wilson Jr. making a press too. He's in the 57, and your top 5 rounded out by Mike Feckin in that 34F. Feckin has a problem in the 34F up in turn number 4. We're going to bring out a caution. Field coming up to speed behind the 83 of Josh Sternberg, and we are back green. To settle it as they run. It's Josh Sternberg, followed by the Dan Wilson Jr. car. DeYoung by a nose, then it is the 73 of Robbie Sternberg. DeYoung having a decent run in that number 99. He's worked his way up. The 10 brake car, 28 bobbing and weaving a little bit. He rounds out your top 6. Laps to go, it's Josh Sternberg showing the way out front. He's followed up by the 57 of Dan Wilson Jr. Then it is the 70 of DeYoung. Robbie Sternberg in the 73, and not a bad run going on for the 99 tonight, driven by Bill DeLong. He's in your top 5. Scott Erickson goes around in the 2 and brings out a caution with 9 laps to go out front. love tap from the 57 of Wilson. Didn't really like it, but he manages to get that number 2 spot back with a little bit of a tap. We'll have to wait and see what gets ruled there. Ooh, that's racing, folks. Out front, it is the 83 of Sternberg, followed up by Wilson, then DeJong. Then it's the 73 of Robbie Sternberg. Looks like Mel Whitten has worked his way up into a top 5 as well. That's an 82-year-old driver running top 5 at the Winston Speedway. To go from the Winston Speedway, Josh Sternberg showing the way. Then it's Wilson, then it's DeJong, then it's Robbie Sternberg. Mel Whitten still having a great run in that top 5 in the number 82. The lap's clicking off, 3 to go this time by. Two laps to go, the signal from the flag stand as that Sternberg car, the 83 of Josh Sternberg, continues to show the way. Some lap traffic out there. They're kind of down low on the track. White flag out this time by. One more time around for Josh Sternberg. Wilson takes a look to the inside of your leader. He tucks back into line down the backstretch. Sternberg having a great run tonight in that number 83. He's coming through 3 and 4. Wilson might take a peek, not going to have time. Here he comes. Sternberg, Josh, finishes number 1, followed up by Wilson and DeJong in the number 70, rounding out your top 3.
All right, Josh, real quick, heck of a race car you had out there tonight here in this Bomber Special presented by Port City Race Cars. Tough battle there with Dan Wilson for a while, but you managed to get the better of him, and you held your line the entire race.
They don't have rearview mirrors in these cars. I didn't see anybody.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Real quick, who are your sponsors you want to thank for helping you out?
First of all, I got to thank Al Ritz for helping me this week. His garage space let me keep the car there, put the motor together there, and my grandpa Stearns Towing, Z Transmission, Deep House Photos, both my uncles, my dad, my girlfriend, and my mom.
One more time for Josh Sternberg, everybody.
When your transmission is in trouble, it is important to find reliable and honest mechanics. National Transmission will get the job done right. Located at 4037 East Apple Avenue in Muskegon, you can call them at 231-788-3244.
Your vehicle is an important part of your life. It gets you where you need to go. Take care of it by bringing it to Van's Car Wash and Quick Lube. At Van's Quick Lube, every vehicle gets up to 6 quarts of high-quality Quaker State oils, new oil filter, and a free car wash with every service. If you need a quick wash that is done right the first time, then stop by any convenient Van's Car Wash and experience the hand-scrubbed and Simonized difference. Keep your car running and looking great at Van's Car Wash and Quick Lube. 6 convenient locations, 1 near you.
Exhaust specialties, from trucks and cars to street rods and Model Ts, both foreign and domestic. Exhaust specialties now includes brakes, shocks, suspension work, and minor engine repair. They use only heavy gauge stainless and aluminum pipe. They also feature custom jewels as well as a selection of lubes, oils, and filters, and other auto parts. Exhaust Specialties located at 5401 Apple Avenue in Muskegon.
speed down into turns 3 and 4. Heidi Barnhart on the point, and the green flag is out. Morgan Smith out to an early lead. It is the 1K of Christina Johnson tucking into line in the second spot. Trent Musk had a little bit of a tie-up down in turn number 2. It looks like he is back into his, well, typical very fast speed. He's worked his way up to the number 3 spot out front. Morgan Smith in the 37 double XS with 9 laps to go. Six laps to go. It is Morgan Smith showing the way. She's out front with a dominating run in that 37 double XS. Trent Musk still having a pretty good run. Number 2 in the 5X. He's followed up by Christina Johnson in the 1K. Gonna be 2 to go this time by for Morgan Smith in the 37 double XS. Trent Musk following a distant second in that 5X. Christina Johnson still having a pretty good run out there as well. She's in the 1K and running 3rd. Morgan Smith sees that white flag, and she's got one more time around in the 37 double XS. A very distant second for Trent Musk. Maybe had a little damage on that 5K when he was tied up there on that 5X, excuse me, in that first lap incident. Coming around through 3 and 4, just as she started it, she's going to finish it. First goes to the 37 double XS of Morgan Smith, followed up by Trent Musk and Christina Johnson doing what she can do to hold on to a 3rd place finish. She comes home 3rd.
Tonight, Kevin Cavanaugh leads him down the green flag, back in the air. As they charge down the back straightaway, looks to be a 3-wide battle for the 6th spot. Meanwhile, Cavanaugh leads Melky up to 2nd. 3rd is now Steve Fairbanks. Travis Stemler 4th. They are side by side in the top 4 cars. in right behind him in that number 2 car. Steve Fairbanks trying to make it work down low. He falls back to 4th though. And then you've got Stan Dodd switching to the top side as well, but he's having to put up with Andy Sprague, who gets around him on the lower side. Some cars are fast on the bottom side, some cars are fast on the top. Side by side for the lead, David Milton, your new race leader in 87. Flag is going to wave. 2 cars stopped over in turn number 4. Back to green this time. Milky and Stemler going side by side into turn number 3. Stemler going using the lower groove this time around. He's going to be your new race leader. And Kurt Woodard spins around here on the front stretch. He's going to bring the caution out again. Green flag. All of these guys are going to be top contenders next Saturday night here at Winston when the Michigan Dirt Cup Tour is in town. Right now it is all Travis Stemler and the number 2 car, David Milky, Andy Sprague, Kavanaugh, and Fairbanks battling it out with Stan Dodds for the top 5. Hugging the bottom though, holds his ground, still in second spot. Right behind that, the battle for the 4th spot. Stan Dodds on the high side, challenging Kevin Kavanaugh, who's sticking to the low side. Both grooves around this racetrack working well for different drivers as we have 5 laps to go. It's Travis Stemler out front by a mile. Tries to answer back though, but Sprague looking very fast, moving up through the field. As the field takes 2 to go signal, white flag coming out next time by. Stemler cruises his way out of turn 4. He'll take the bleach flag. He's got 1 lap standing between him and victory lane. Works his way out of turn number 4 for the final time. Checkered flag will go to Travis Stemler. 2nd spot is going to go to Andy Sprague. 3rd, David Milky. 4th, Stan Dodds. And 5th, Kevin Kavanaugh.
Wanted cars, trucks, vans. Sprague's Auto Parts offers top prices for your wrecked, junk, or unwanted vehicles. Cash on the spot. We pick up or you drop off. For more information, call 231-726-2988. Sprague's Auto Parts, 81 South Getty Street, Muskegon. We buy cars for cash.
Grabe Water Well Drilling specializes in household and irrigation. Whether you're building a new home or you need a new well, Grabe's Water and Well Drilling digs a 4-inch hole so you can have your pump in the well instead of in your basement.
Rick's Repairs offers professional auto repair at a fair price. A Napa Auto Care Center, Rick is an ASE certified master auto technician. Heating and cooling systems, steering and suspension, shocks and struts, brakes, anti-lock and 4x4 repairs, drivability, tune-ups, electrical, engine repair, alternators, starters, clutches, clunks, rattles, and more. Rick's Repairs, 231-788-1830.
Tightening up behind that 5W of Christian wind belt. We are under the green flag once again. Mindy Holy leads lap number 1 in that number 82. Mike Goodwin Jr. putting the pressure on from the back of the pack. He's worked his way up to challenge for the lead. Buck Spencer he's hungry for a win as well in that number 2. They go around Mindy Holy. Looks like it's going to be the 34 of Goodwin by a nose, this time by no. Yes. I can call him coming out of 4. Mike Goodwin Jr. takes over the lead. He's followed up by Buck Spencer, and Mindy Holy has to settle for 3rd. Now the Larrabee cars making their charge. It's the 14 on his way. Gary, followed up by his brother Randy in the 44. Mike Goodwin Jr. out front by himself. 7 laps remain. Mike Goodwin Jr. is out front by himself. He's followed up by the 14 of Larrabee, Buck Spencer, and the 44 of Randy Larrabee. Rounding out your top 5, Mindy Holy having a nice run. She's in the 82. Winding down, 4 to go for Mike Goodwin Jr. He's got Larrabee right in his tire tracks. Buck Spencer and Randy Larrabee still running in the top 4. Back there to a distant 5th is the 82 of Mindy Holy. Looks like Brian Hammond's going to try and get that spot away from her. The laps continue to click off. 3 to go here at the Winston Speedway. Hard Charging number 14, that is Gary Larrabee trying to get the upper hand on Mike Goodwin. We've got 2 laps to settle it. Larrabee looks good down to the inside, but Mike Goodwin Jr. a little faster down the straightaways here at Winston Speedway. Larrabee now going to take a look to the high side, see if that 14's got anything for him as the white flag comes out one more time around for Mike Goodwin Jr. Larrabee to the high side. He is in his glory on the high side, but still can't get the pass done now. Coming out of turn 2, door to door down the backstretch. 34 of Goodwin, the 14 of Larrabee. They are door to door. Now Mike Goodwin Jr. manages to hold him off, gets out front, grabs that set of checkers, followed up by the 14 of Larrabee, and Buck Spencer in the 2 having a nice run. He finishes in your top 3. Shows the way in the 84. He's followed up by Paul Namey and then Brian Carson in the 1040. Ryan Ham, 4th spot, and the number 1, Tom Zach, rounds out your number 5 position on the track. 10 to go this time by. Carson rides the high side in the 1040. It is Paul Namey showing the way. He's in the number 74 with Carson knocking on that back deck. He wants his way around the high side. Rich Liebgar currently scored in the number 3 spot. Austin Leake about to go a lap down in that number 12. Shows the way out front, 5 laps to go. Making 4 this time by. Then it's Brian Carson, followed up by the number 84 of Rich Lieb. Back to Ryan Ham in the 7, and Tom Zach still having a pretty good run in the 1T. He scored in your top 5. To go for Paul Namey in that 74 with Brian Carson hot on his heels. Looks like we've got the 84 of Rich Lieb coming down to a crawl. Chris Gagnon has a fire underneath the hood of that 75, the car over there. He's going to take care of the infield one more time around. Brian Carson trying to do something with Paul Namey as we are on our white flag lap. Namey to the low side. Brian Carson ducks back in behind him down the backstretch. Final time down into turns 3 and 4. It's going to be Paul Namey down low. Brian Carson's not going to have time to make the pass. Namey grabs the checkers, followed up by Carson. Looks like Ryan Ham coming around to finish in the 3rd spot in that number 7.
When your transmission is in trouble, it is important to find reliable and honest mechanics. National Transmission will get the job done right. Located at 4037 East Apple Avenue in Muskegon, you can call them at 231-788-3244.
Your vehicle is an important part of your life. It gets you where you need to go. Take care of it by bringing it to Van's Car Wash and Quick Lube. At Van's Quick Lube, every vehicle gets up to 6 quarts of high-quality Quaker State oils, new oil filter, and a free car wash with every service. If you need a quick wash that is done right the first time, then stop by any convenient Van's Car Wash and experience the hand-scrubbed and Simonized difference. Keep your car running and looking great at Van's Car Wash and Quick Lube. 6 convenient locations, 1 near you.
Exhaust specialties from trucks and cars to street rods and Model Ts, both foreign and domestic. Exhaust specialties now includes brakes, shocks, suspension work, and minor engine repair. They use only heavy gauge stainless and aluminum pipe. They also feature custom tools as well as a selection of lubes, oils, and filters and other auto parts. Exhaust Specialties is located at 5401 Apple Avenue in Muskegon.
To the green flag. Looks to the inside of Ralph Sternberg in that number 74. 73 on the high side. Sternberg answers back. It's going to be Epplett with the caution coming out. Wilkerson turned around down inside turn number 2. Ralph Sternberg brings him back up to speed, coming out of 4, and the green flag is back out. in turn number 1 and 2, boy, it's a gaggle of cars. We've got the 85 of Chuck Smith down there tied up. Wilkerson goes around again in the 78, the Norwick car, and the Kazmarski machine, number 82, also in the altercation. We go back green here at Winston Speedway. Flag waves once again. Kazmarski and the 54 of Norwick down in turn number 2. Ralph Sternberg having a problem in that 73 as well. Field comes back up to speed and the green flag is out. Caution again. Turn number 2. It's Norwick and Kazmarski getting together one more time. In that 74, he's out front by himself. The battle now going on for that number 2 spot. Jeremy Holman rides the high side. Josh Fry, who's been fast all night in that 44, is riding low in the tire tracks of your leader, Epplett, with 3 to go. Josh Fry takes a look to the inside of that 74. Epplett thinks better of it, tucks back into line. Holman tucks into line 3rd. It is Epplett with 2 to go this time by. Can he hold him off in that number 74? Josh Fry takes a peek to the inside, coming out of turn number 2, puts a little pressure on Epplett. Eplett's a little faster down the backstretch. Now cars stacking up. Coming to the white flag this time by. One more time around for Mike Epplett in that 74. Epplett comes out of turn number 2. Josh Fry continues to knock on that back deck lid of the number 74. Coming down into 3 and 4 for the final time. Here come the checkers. It's going to be Mike Epplett, followed by Josh Fry, and Jeremy Holman finishes with the top 3 in that number 18.
Supplier of jets and tires, England Automotive specializes in drivetrain, air conditioning, and engine repair and replacement. England Automotive, let the professionals do the job.
Grabe Water Well Drilling specializes in household and irrigation. Whether you're building a new home or you need a new well, Grabe's Water and Well Drilling digs a 4-inch hole so you can have your pump in the well instead of in your basement.
5C leads lap number 1. That is Floyd Roush out front. At 33 coming along as well, he is Kent Strong, and he had a dominating performance in his heat earlier tonight. We'll see if he can get up there and catch Roush, make the pass, and continue his winning ways. We thought Strong has worked his way up to that number 1 spot in his number 33 machine, having a great run. The 5C comes along next. That's Corey Roush. He's followed up by the 54 of Bud Schrader, running in the 3rd spot. Strong shows the way in that number 33. They've kind of got their eyes on the track over there for that 4 of Ryan Reckow. He's slow on the top of the racetrack. Looks like he may be able to get that car off under his own power. Maybe not. Are they going to give him a caution? We'll have to wait and see. Yes, they are. Caution flies for Ryan Reckow in the number 4 on the backstretch. Green flag is back out again. It is Strong, followed up by the 5C of Roush. Doug Roush in the 11 making a charge. He gets himself up to the number 1 spot, takes it away from Strong. One more time around on the 11 car. Boy, it was pretty much all Kent Strong the whole race. He waited for his time, and Doug Roush grabbed the lead away. Now he's out front by about 20 car lengths down into turns 3 and 4. One final time he goes through. Coming to the checkers, it is Doug Roush grabbing a win in the Mora Sprint cars. He's followed up by Strong, and Corey Roush wraps up your top 3.
Since 1980, Winston Speedway has been bringing the very best of West Michigan dirt track racing to the lakeshore. late models modifieds, street stocks, bombers, factory stocks, mini stocks, warriors, and young guns featuring 12 to 16-year-old drivers. Between races, you can visit Winston Speedway's souvenir stand, where you'll find favorite t-shirts, hats, and racing memorabilia. Or you can stop into their snack shack for pulled pork sandwiches, burgers, cheeseburgers, Polish dogs, hot dogs, walking tacos, french fries, as well as hot and cold beverages. Winston Speedway every Saturday night. Pits open at 3:30, grandstands at 4:30, hot laps at 5:30, and racing begins at 7. For more information, call Winston Speedway at 231-893-3023.
Sprague's Auto Parts offers used parts at big savings. Engines, transmissions, radiators, starters, windows, doors, fenders, taillights, seats, you pull it. For more information, call 231-726-2988. Sprague's Auto Parts, 81 South Getty Street, Muskegon.
Grabe Water Well Drilling specializes in household and irrigation. Whether you're building a new home or you need a new well, Grabe's Water and Well Drilling digs a 4-inch hole so you can have your pump in the well instead of in your basement.